up, a Cinema Shogun here, and we now have ourselves a little update in the Lindsay Shiver story. As I reported to you all before, Lindsay Shiver has now straight up admitted that she was texting her little boy toy and an alleged hitman. She was texting them about killing her husband. She even sent the alleged hitman a photo of her husband with instructions to kill him. But Lindsay's alibi, her defense, is that she was just airing out her frustrations and that she did not mean any of this seriously. That all of this was almost like a joking conversation. A joking conversation not only between her and her new lover, but between another man as well. A joking conversation with instructions to kill her husband. Now, I know that people joke around. I'm a fan of dark humor, but I don't think you should joke around about things like this. And seeing as the fact that these are not just text messages between her and her new lover. You know, there's a third person involved here, which makes things look a lot more serious to me. Now, if you are airing out your frustrations to your lover, I don't think you should be talking about killing your husband to your lover, but I mean, if you're going to do that, I think it would be more believable if you weren't serious about those comments if there was not a third person involved here. But in this case, there is. There's the alleged hitman. But you see, Lindsay is trying to downplay her claims, and now, for the first time, we are hearing from Lindsay's lover, this Terrence Bethel guy. And he's basically going along with the same tune. That, oh, these are just joking comments. These are comments made in jest. There's nothing serious about these comments. There's nothing serious about the claims that are made against us. And he says that he does not think the charges will stick. Now, I have not seen the text messages. But like I was just saying, text messages like this, it's definitely, it's going to look weird if people from the outside world are looking in on your conversations. But bringing in a third person to this conversation is what makes it look so much more serious to me. But let's go ahead and dive right in and find out what the lover has to say about all of this. Lindsay Shiver's barman boy toy has broken his silence to declare his love for the Georgia housewife and trashes claims that they hired a Bahamas hitman to eliminate her former football player husband. Terrence Bethel, age 28, says that flippant messages shared between himself and Lindsay Shiver and would-be assassin Farron Newbold have been blown all out of proportion by the cops. Mom of three, Lindsay Shiver, has spent the last 2 weeks locked up in a notorious Bahamas prison after investigators found alleged evidence of the murder-for-hire plot in the trio's WhatsApp chats. Prosecutors claim she sent Newbold a photo of her estranged husband Robert and a message saying kill him as the wealthy insurance exec visited his family's vacation home in the Abaco Islands. But Bethel, now out on bail and wearing a GPS ankle tag, predicted there was no way the charges would stick, exclusively saying everybody says things out of frustration. Our reporter approached the businessman and a bar worker as he sipped beer and stared into the ocean at a secluded spot on the sun-steeped Abaco coastline. Go and get the transcripts from the police, Bethel fumed in his first public comments. They have had both of my phones for 3 weeks. They've been through every single message. There's nothing there. None of us have anything to hide. People are taking everything at face value and defaming us. Prosecutors will have to prove the three were engaged in a credible plot and not just sounding off if they are to convict them of conspiracy to murder, which carries a prison sentence of 30 to 60 years. The thwarted hit comes 3 months after former Auburn University athlete Robert Shiver, now safely back in the U.S., accused his ex-cheerleader wife of infidelity in explosive divorce papers. He wants a judge in Thomasville, Georgia, to award him custody of their 3 young kids and ownership of the $2.5 million marital home. The Abaco native is not named in the divorce, but is nonplussed about being outed as the mystery Romeo, insisting the couple's 13-year marriage was on the rocks long before he fell for Lindsay Shiver. I love her. Everybody knows we are together. We are not hiding anything, he added. She's a great mother. I have too much respect for her and her kids to want to hurt their father. Bethel declined to say anything else without his lawyers say so. But new details of the alleged burglary that alerted cops to the supposed conspiracy have since come forward. Around July 20th, the management at Grabbers, a rum-soaked waterfront bar where staffer Bethel first hit it off with a vacationing Lindsay Shiver, reported a break-in to police. The thief had cut power cables and disabled the generator to ensure security cameras wouldn't work before slipping inside the office to ransack a safe. Fearing the work of an insider, cops insisted on looking at Bethel's phone and stumbled across unrelated messages in which he allegedly told childhood pal Newbold he wanted to murder Robert. So, I'm not sure where y'all fall at on this one, but I do not believe Lindsay or Terrence for 1 second. Okay? All of this, it was just us talking, it's just a jest, she's just airing out her frustrations. No, you do not bring a third person into the mix. This is not a woman chatting with 2 friends. This is not a woman chatting with her girlfriends. You know what I mean? This is a woman having a conversation with her new lover about killing her husband. The new lover then brings in a third person into the fold, someone who he believes could get the job done. And that right there just solidifies that this was not this was not a joke. These weren't joking comments. There was definitely intentions behind what was said in those text messages, or else a third person would not be in the mix. So they can try to downplay it as much as they want. That definitely doesn't work on me. I don't think it will work on law enforcement, but Lindsay comes from a very, very powerful family. I want you all to understand that Lindsay could be out of jail right now already. She got a bond. The only reason she has not gotten out of jail, which maybe by the time of this recording she will be, she has to have a residence that she can go to in the Bahamas. Lindsay's family is so loaded that they're in the process of trying to buy a house in the Bahamas just so Lindsay can bail out of jail and live there as she awaits the trial or whatever comes of this. I do think that there's a possibility that enough money gets thrown at this situation that this situation disappears. But not for 1 second do I believe that law enforcement is just overreacting about text messages they saw. I think that they saw enough. I mean, if they went ahead and made these arrests and they took these text messages so seriously that they warned Robert and Robert got the hell out of the Bahamas, I think there's a little more to this. I don't think that they could just explain it away as, oh, this is all just a joke. But the question is, how does this look in court? Because as of right now, all they're working with are some text messages. Now, Lindsay admitted to sending the text messages, so I guess that got one portion of this whole mess out of the way. But can law enforcement prove that this was a serious plot? Can they prove that these are serious comments? Can they prove that these three individuals really had the intentions of trying to kill Robert? That's the question. As of right now, I don't know if they have enough evidence to prove that. But we don't know about what evidence they have. So hopefully they'll come up with something. For now, though, I want you to come up with an opinion to drop down in the comments below. While you're down there, though, hit the thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all soon in the next video.